Welcome to Book Talk. I'm Winston. I like to read good books, and you should too. Today we are talking about Sides by Bradley Caffee. I liked this one. It scratched that adventure itch. It was easy to read. It was engaging. The world was interesting, and the end of the world scenario hit uncomfortably close to home. The action moves along nicely. The pacing and the mystery and the reveals kept me interested all the way throughout the book. Tyler's plight of being asked to... Tyler's the main character. He has to save the world. And he has to do it in time to ask his girl to homecoming. And, it grounds this book for me because the situation here is really kind of gruesome. But Tyler's problem grounds it for me and reminds me that this is really a young adult audience. I liked Tyler as a character quite a lot. He's relatable and he was easy to empathize with. So what's going on here? A video game app is launched, 0 hour, and the world comes crashing to an end. In an instant, the entire population of the world is transformed into either a predator or their prey. Everyone who plays the game, that is. As a non-player, Tyler has to navigate this semi-surreal, sort of post-apocalyptic landscape. We get a road trip. We get a glimpse of post-zero hour society. It's a bit dizzying. Because, in our world not that long ago, people were getting into serious accidents. They were getting hurt because they couldn't stop playing Pokemon Go. Underlying this change is a mystery, and there's a lurking moral question. What has caused the change? Have people been changed into something new, or have they just become what they always were to begin with? If this is something that has been done to them, are they still responsible for the moral implications of their actions? Because the predators get up to some really gruesome and thankfully not graphically portrayed horrible acts of violence. The reader comes to all of these questions long before Tyler does, basically clueless. And Tyler himself spends basically no time wrestling with them. The focus of the story is on the actions, it's not really on the implications. By the time the mystery is fully revealed, Tyler has been through some heavy emotional changes and some questions about morality and about humanity. They've been raised. I wanted the big reveal to carry more spiritual weight than I felt it did. Either by, being something a little different or being more personal to the characters. And no, I'm not going to tell you what happened. The author simply leaves the reader to work through the moral implications of this situation on their own, because all of these moral questions are asked at one point in time by by one of the characters or another. But they're never answered, not in any kind of meaningful way, not in any kind of satisfactory way. And, it's a hard thing to do, even outside the realms of fiction. These are not questions that can be asked and answered in a couple of paragraphs or a chapter. Overall, I was really happy with the story. It makes me want to read more work by Bradley Caffee, which is good because he's got some other books out that I'm going to be checking out. It was a satisfying read. The author's style is engaging, it's approachable, and it was easy to read, enjoyable throughout, a satisfying conclusion. It hit all of those things that make stories like this comfort fiction for me. And I liked it. It was good. It's got the video game kind of theme running through the back of the story without actually being lit RPG. lit RPG lit video game literature. Anyway, whatever they're calling it these days. I mean, that's not actually what it is. They're not in a video game. This is the real world. But it was good. The mystery and the steady pacing of reveals and the steady escalation of the characters and their situation kept me invested throughout. I look forward to more work by Bradley Caffee. So, and I apologize if I've completely destroyed your name. Sorry. But you know what your assignment is then? Find a good book. There's a good book. Read it. Head over to starmansaga.com to check out some 60s inspired science fiction, or head over to dianedetzer.com for some sci-fi that was actually written in the 60s. And of course, you can find my other books and the blog and everything else at readwriterelease.com. When you've done all of that, found you some good books, come back here because there's more book talk yet to come.